Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel. So be make sure to check us out there. So my name is Matt, and as always, I am with my sister and co-pilot on this journey, Vetta.
Hi, I'm not a pilot. We would die if I
We
was.
would die because I don't know. I'm not a pilot either. And this is our season 5 recap, you guys, because this is the last episode of season 5. But we will be back for season 6. Don't worry. But so we are just gonna do what we normally do on our recaps is we are gonna just chit chat and ask each other some questions. So, Vetta, what is the first question for this recap?
Well, what are you drinking? That's the first question.
Right. Okay. I am drinking wine as always. What are you drinking?
I jumped on the wine bandwagon too,
Yeah, you
only
know
because
it.
we had
What
it
kind are
left
you?
over. So,
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
yeah,
What are you drinking?
it's a Chardonnay.
Nice, nice. Okay.
Yeah, a
Mine's
little
a
on the dry
mine's
side, but hey,
oh, I love it. Mine's a Shiraz, so
well, you're drinking that red shit. It sounds like you lick,
mm,
or it tastes the way a tree would
mm,
taste if you
mm,
licked it, I imagine.
mm,
Not good, not
and I
good.
lick it up and down. You know what I'm saying? All right. So what is the first question from
All
our
right.
gaggle of questions, my
So my
lover?
first question for you is what was your favorite movie that we did from season 5?
Okay, so I'm going to be honest about this, unlike, most of the times when I lie about it. I picked The Notebook, and it was because I didn't
God
like it when
damn
I
it.
first saw it, and then after rewatching it, I was just like, I love this movie so much. It's so good. I just loved it. I loved it so much. What about you?
Mine was The Thing.
Oh,
Um, I like the new one. I like the
mm,
original one too, but I like the new one was my favorite because I really liked all of they kept true with the creature from the original. The
mm.
storyline literally picks up where the other one ended. I mean,
Right
I
on.
just go, I like it. I liked it a lot. So
I hear you. No. That's that makes sense. I mean, it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
yeah, yeah. All right, what's your first question?
Okay, so the first question from me is what was your least favorite movie of season 5?
Said there were so many.
And then there were
Um,
a couple. There were a
I
couple.
had a few. It was really, really hard for me to narrow it down. Um, so I finally did pick one, and I picked the new. What was that, like 2022 or 21? The new White Men Can't Jump.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty
It was
bad. Oh, that
horrible,
was terrible. Yeah.
absolutely horrible. That was the worst. Do you want my other two that made it into the top
Yeah,
three?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Number two was Game of Love,
Okay, right
and
on.
number
Yeah.
three was The Notebook.
Oh, yeah. You're
Weighed the
ridiculous.
pros and the cons with each one.
Well, it didn't get number 1, so that means it was
Yeah. Well, and the only
good.
reason it won out over the other two is
Hmm.
because I do love um um Rachel McAdams
Oh,
and
I
I
love her.
love Ryan Gosling. I
Love
mean,
him.
and the only reason that Game of Love won out over or took second rather than first was because it had eye candy in it. At least the
I
guy was good looking and had a nice body.
mean,
It
that
did
is
have nice
true.
looking guys and girls in it. So at least not a good storyline, but it had some good eye candy in it. And White Men Can't Jump had a terrible storyline,
That's true.
terrible actors, terrible jokes. It was
Yeah, it
just
was not good.
horrendous.
Well, I didn't pick White Man Can't Jump. Instead, I picked The Game Plan with The Rock.
Oh,
Because even though you're right, well, the remake of White Man Can't Jump was terrible. At least I had our mother to join me in ripping on it, and ripping on it was fun. The Game Plan, I did not enjoy it. I was just like, please get me through this as fast as possible. So I did not like it at all, at all. It was just terrible. It was terrible.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, oh, it's my turn. Never mind. What was your favorite drink from season 5?
I just said wine because I mean that was my go-to, but I'll circle back with the wine later on. But I just picked wine because I was like, oh, it's I'm so lazy, and I'm lazy with this answer too. So
Oh, I'm not gonna make any, oohs and ahs with mine. I went with a rum and coke
oh,
because
see,
whenever
okay,
I got lazy and didn't come up with a drink, I went with a rum and coke. So
that's so
I
yeah,
went. It clearly is my favorite because it's my go-to.
right.
So that's what I
Again,
went with.
and it's a good favorite. It's a good one to go to. Okay, so then for my next question is, okay, what was your favorite moment from this season?
So my favorite moment came from the episode with the game of love because there's one part where you were just laughing hysterically and your face is great all because I reminded you that her plane was delayed because of the volcano.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the volcano. That is that's so true. The volcano. I forgot about it now. That's so good. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's so stupid. What a dumb fucking movie. I should have picked that for my worst movie. What a dumb fucking movie.
So great because I rewatched it because it kept coming to my mind as
Why?
it kept coming to my mind, and I just rewatched that part. But it's great because you're like, oh yeah, it's just like all like my flight was delayed. Now I'm gonna lose it. And you were all talking serious about it, and I go, well, don't forget it was delayed because a volcano erupted, and you just erupted in
That's
laughter.
so stupid. Of all the excuses in your dumb movie to come up with, it's a volcano. So stupid. I bet you Bella Thorne thought of that too. Like they were on the set and they were like, well, your plane gets delayed. We have to come up with a good reason for it to delay. And she's like, what about a volcano erupting? And they're like, oh my God, Bella gets it, you guys. Bella understands movie making. She's like, I know. I was on
See, you
Disney.
made it sound like she thought she was being genius. I feel like it would have been like, getting that volcano erupt around here where all the people are like frozen. I feel like I've been there and that's near here. And they're like, the volcano Pompeii. And she went, yeah, that should happen in this movie somehow.
Right on. Yeah. Okay, so mine's not really like a specific moment, but also it is. I really loved our spicy wing eating contest. I know it's not part of the movies or whatever, but that last one that I did, the Carolina Reaper pepper was just so fucking hot. And I went back and watched it at one point and I go, Vetta, just shut up or something like that. And I was like,
Like, so hot. It was like, you were like, shut up right now.
Yeah, I was just like,
Real.
I just didn't want to. Your voice was like, oh, I want to hurt you so bad.
It took every ounce of me not to be there and be like,
Yeah, it was so hot. It was so hot. Like I did not. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I did because it was not bad. It just was so. It was like on my face was on fire. What's going on here?
I
What's
don't
going?
know. It's
Yeah.
it.
Wow. I can't handle you. I can't deal with you sometimes. All right, what's the next freaking question?
Is what is your favorite? Oh wait, no, it's your question. No, my question.
Yeah,
I
it's your
don't know.
question. Yeah.
Oh, it is. What is your favorite part of the podcast?
Oh, we always say the same
We
thing.
always have the same
We
answer.
always have the same answer, but it's spending time with you, asshole. I like talking to
Thanks.
you.
I love spending time with me too.
Yeah, you. All right, I take it back. You're not that much fun to spend time with. That's my answer. I do enjoy hanging out with you. We don't live close, so this is the time we get to hang out together, and so it's really fun. It's really, really good time.
Agreed.
Agreed. All right. So the next question. What is the most challenging part of season 5 for you?
getting guests to follow through with actually being on the show.
Yeah, I said the same thing. It's really, people do not. We are gonna have to do the movie bodies, because there's a moment in there that will just connect with both. You know what scene I'm talking about, but it
Yep.
will just connect with both of us, and the people around us will understand. But getting guests is really fucking hard, and then when you get them, getting them to commit and show up is way harder than people
And
think.
then getting them to talk, like,
Oh yeah,
because they're like, oh, what if I'm gonna look stupid? I'm like, dude, we're just having a conversation. We're just talking about the movie. And if
yeah.
you say something stupid, that's what we're here for. It makes us laugh, or it makes us later be able to make a short about you
Yeah.
saying something stupid.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's totally good. Okay. So
Okay, so my last question for this part is, do you have any goals for season 6?
I have two goals. Okay.
Excellent.
My first goal is what we just talked about, and that is to get guests on this podcast, because like we just talked about, it's really hard. And then when you do get them, you're like, yes, fucker. And then they bail. Like sometimes they flake the last minute, and you're like, you could have warned me ahead of time, But yeah, to
Not
get
as
guests.
I'm making my drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I forgot we were doing it this weekend and I'm not in town. Wait, what? So, and then my second goal is to actually make drinks to go with the movie. That is my goal, to not lazy it out and actually make a drink to go with the movie. And some of them will be harder. And then sometimes but if I do have wine, it's because I couldn't find a drink, or B, wine goes with the movie. So yeah. What about you? What is your goal?
That's super funny that we're so much like thinking the same thing. So I was thinking maybe for season 6 we should do a short showing how to make our drink.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
we should do it. And then that's not that hard. Okay, yeah, we'll do it, dude.
Those are quick little 30 seconds that the ingredients can pop up on the side as you're saying them. You can be like, cup of this, a cup of that, a little bit more of this, because it's and I like a little bit more.
Exactly. And in the description and stuff, it can be in there, or in the comment section. Yeah, no, that's what we're gonna do. Now that's our goal. Okay, so my next question, this is just like individual questions and everything. Okay, so my first question for you is, what is the worst movie that you have ever seen?
It is actually a movie from this podcast, and it's because of this podcast I had to watch this
movie. Does it have to do with a volcano? Bummer. Okay, what movie is it?
Laugh at it. It's the longest movie we've ever done, and it was so horrendous. The Last Days of American Crime.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that movie. What was that line? Oh, boo-hoo, Brandon, or whatever she says. I can't remember. And I'm just like, oh, this movie sucks. I hate this movie so much.
It's so horrible. So horrible.
Right on.
It was like 2 hours and 25 minutes of my life I will never get back. And any opportunity I have to badmouth that movie, I am taking it until I feel I have adequately done 2 hours and 25 minutes worth of shitting on it, because it was so bad.
That is true. That's so true. Well, mine wasn't one from this podcast, but now that you mentioned that one, I'm like, man, maybe I want to change my answer. But mine is this movie called Event Horizon, and long story short, it's about a spaceship that goes to hell and then it comes back and it's like possessed, and I'm all like, oh, this is stupid. I hate this movie. It's so dumb. I'm like, oh, fuck me with a chainsaw.
I know what movie you're talking about because I've seen it. It has the Jurassic Park guy in it.
Yeah.
Sam, whatever his name is. But it makes you think there's going to be like this amazing, like profound ending, and it's just shit.
Yeah, it's not good. I personally didn't. It's got a cult following, but I personally just do not like that movie. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, why did I choose to watch this again? I don't like it.
Funny you say that. I watched it like maybe a month ago, and I thought the same thing, because I don't sleep well, so I watch a lot of weird movies that I've never seen or have high ratings or whatever. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna watch this. I haven't seen this in forever, and now I remember why.
Right. Maybe I'll get some newfound love for it. Then you're like, nope, I take it back. So I don't
tell questions. And you know how I feel about movies that leave me with more questions than answers, and there's no sequel to give me set of answers.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what about you? What's your first individual
So
question?
my first question is, what was your favorite episode of the season?
Well, I have to say it was the double feature month and when we did A Star is Born, because I had never seen either one of those movies, and the contrast was just so freaking ridiculous. Like, I mean, the 70s one was just not that great, that I'm all like, yeah, they need to redo this because it's bad. And the one with Lady Gaga was just so freaking good. I was like, this is good, you guys. I really enjoyed it a lot. And I did. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
I was just gonna say, and the contrast between the two was just so drastically different that I was just like, there's no contest of which one's better.
Oh, for sure. And it is one of those rare incidences where you felt like, I liked the remake. I'm glad they remade it.
Yeah.
Now, that isn't the original. This movie has been remade like a bazillion times. So I don't know if any of the other ones are better, but I'm going to assume no.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that too. Yeah.
I'm not going to, unless for some reason on this podcast we do another double feature situation and we do two different ones.
I'm down for it.
I mean, I wouldn't watch them on my own.
Right on. All right. So for my next question for you is, it's okay.
Answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I totally skipped over you. You know, well, you may enjoy hanging out with you, but it's all about me.
It is all about you.
All right. What was your favorite episode?
So my favorite episode was the Into the Dark, My Valentine.
Oh, I love
so much fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because we laughed about the stupid groupies. We laughed about the stupid dancing. We loved the playlist.
Yeah, the playlist was great. Yeah. I have that the knife song. It's on my playlist, like, so when I go to the gym and stuff, it's like on there and stuff. And
we had fun doing that one. So
yeah, no, that's a good one. I really like that one a lot.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, now
your next question.
Yes, my next question. Okay. Do you like animated movies, or are they just for kids?
Love animated movies.
Yeah, me too. We should do a month where we do animated movies. But like, you know, because like I totally look at like movies like, you remember Total Recall? Or no, not Total Recall. It was was it Total Recall? Hold on, I'm looking it up. But it's like an animated shit. Of course it is, because we're talking about animated movies. Hold on.
I don't remember an animated Total Recall, but that doesn't say.
No. I'm gonna. Okay. Do you remember Heavy Metal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
totally what I was thinking about, because that was like my first interaction with an adult animated movie.
Yeah, it's like that movie was so good, and like I jerked off to it a couple of times because there's like some horny moments where there's animated boobies, and I was like, am I into hentai? And I was like, no, I'm not into hentai. I found out I'm not into it. But
no, I think that's completely different. That's like octopus monsters that are half human, half octopus. That's like weird. Completely different.
Yeah. Not into that, but I do remember jerking off as a young child to Total
13-year-old boys will jerk off to anything.
For sure. That's so true. And then also, this isn't a movie, but have you ever seen Bluey? Like, Bluey is so good, and I could watch this shit without my kids around. Like, I'm all like there's episodes where they're talking about, barren women that can't have children, like not being able to have children. I'm like, this is very adult, but with like a good message on how to handle that shit. I was like, the writers of this show and the parents, they totally make me wish I was a good parent, because I'm all like, well, they handled that very well. I would have handled that very differently. There had been some hand swatting and shit. So but yeah, no, I do love animated movies, and I do think that they're definitely for adults. But you also agree?
Yeah, and I like animated movies that are quote unquote for children, because there's some animated movies I'm like, no, that joke was not for the kids.
Right, yeah, for sure.
There for mom and dad.
For sure. I agree. All right, what's your
back in the 90s when that whole Disney thing came out with finding the adult
Oh my God, I
sexual
still love
content
that
in the
shit.
Disney
Oh my God, I
movie.
love that stuff. I don't know if all of it is true, but if it is, I love it. I love
Well,
that
do you remember how excited Mom was that we had the original VHS Little
Oh,
Mermaid
Little
tape
Mermaid, yeah,
that
with the
had the
dick on it.
penis in the
Yeah.
castle?
Yeah, it was so
She
good.
was
And
so proud that we actually had.
yeah, she still has it. She still has
She
it. And she could probably sell it for a good chunk of money on eBay and everything.
does.
So, all right, what's your next question?
So my next question is, what childhood movie, whether you're watching it or you hear someone talking about it or you see something about it on TV, brings up the best like childhood memory?
Well, I don't know if it brings up the best childhood memory, but
Okay,
it
or
does
brings up
bring,
a good one. Just,
yeah.
you know.
That movie is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And this is why, because when I first saw that movie, first off, I loved it, still love it. It's so good. Second off, I wanted a Turbo Man action figure so freaking bad after that movie. And they didn't make it because like it wasn't real. But you can buy it now. People will make it. And I'm all like, well, I want one. I want one. I want two and everything. And I want his little dog friend and the bad guy. I want all of it. I want all that shit.
Like, I want the bad guy. I want the whole set.
Yeah, I want the whole collection. So yeah, that would be and I remember I just remember watching it for the first time and I was just like, this movie's so good. And when like he like flies up in the jetpack, I'm like, well, this is unrealistic now. But I was like, back then it was like, oh my God, he's flying. And then he was like, and then he falls like, and everything. I was like, this is so good. I love this. And the CGI is amazing. So that's my answer for that. What about you?
Mine is the movie Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh my God, I love that movie so much.
I love it so much. I wanted to be an army brat so bad because she made it sound so amazing. I wanted to be a gymnast. I wanted to dance. I'm not coordinated enough for either.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to dance too. So, but like when that movie, you'd watch that movie, you're like, I could do a dance contest. I could do a dance contest. And then you're like, yeah, you're like doing their moves and stuff that they do and everything. And you're like, yeah. What?
I used to do the dance off when she has her solo, and when Sarah Jessica Parker's doing her solo, and she's doing the big giant circle, but she's like spinning and leaping and spinning and leaping as she's twirling in this big circle. I used to do that in the living room, and I thought it was so good.
It probably was amazing. I wish we had tape of it. Okay.
Right? So yeah, that movie just and when my girls got old enough, I showed it to them like with the disclaimers of we don't sneak out our windows.
Right on.
I had to do the parenting thing, and I was like, I'm ruining this movie for myself because I'm having to be a parent as we watch it.
Yeah, but it's not like it's easy to get out, especially if you're on like a top floor. You gotta like find a tree next to your window. That shit's hard. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the movie that gave us Tune in Tokyo.
Oh my, Tune in Tokyo. So good. It's so good.
I love it.
Right
I love
on.
the movie. It always makes me very happy.
Yeah, I do love that movie also. All right. So for my last question, it is, what movie is your guilty pleasure?
It is called Defending Your Life.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
Meryl Streep in it. And Albert Brooks.
Yeah, so good. I love that movie. I love when they go to the thing where they can see their past lives. And she's like, what are you? And she's like, I don't know what she was. But then she's like, what are you? And he's like,
Valiant. Who are you? And
he's like, lunch. Oh, dinner. Okay, sorry. I got it. So good. I love that movie. It's so good. It's so good. And like the little angel people, they go to the restaurant. He's like, what are you eating? And he's like, you wouldn't like it. And everything. He's like, and then he tries it. He's like, you eat that? And I'm like, he said you wouldn't like it, fucker. You weren't listening.
Okay. Oh, Meryl Streep's character just wants to eat everything. She's like, we got to go to the Past Life Pavilion. I hear they have the best corn dogs in the whole city.
Right, exactly.
Judgment City, you know.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that movie. We should review that movie. Okay.
Remember when he goes to the comedy club and the guy says, how did you die? And he goes, like you on stage. I love that.
And then that guy starts to sing, and you're like, oh, this is bad. It's bad. Okay, so my guilty pleasure is not just one movie, but it's a series of movies, and that is Harry Potter.
Of course.
Whenever
If
I'm
you
like,
don't believe me, check out his Harry Potter YouTube
yeah,
channel.
yeah. It's like whenever I'm like, I just like I don't know what movie to watch, so I just put on a Harry Potter, and I just like, and right now I'm reading the Harry Potter books to my kids, so it's like super fun. It's once we get done with a book, we watch the movie and everything.
Oh,
So
do you do voices?
I do the voices. I said do, but I do the voices for sure. It's a little hard though when you're reading and you do like if you do Hagrid's voice, you're like, "You're all right there, Harry," and then you're like, "Oh no, Harry said that. You're all right there, Harry," and everything. So yeah. All right, let's move on to our final question.
All right. So my final question for you, what is your favorite food to eat while watching movies?
Popcorn. I
My,
mean,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go.
You.
I was gonna say if I'm not eating popcorn, I'll usually eat some kind of candies with it. With my kids, we have movie nights, so usually it's a candy that goes with the movie. But yeah, but popcorn every time. Yeah.
Yeah. Popcorn or like you candies. I prefer the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh my God, I love Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, for sure. Yes, so good, so good.
So good.
They're sweet and sour.
And they're
Oh
fun to play with. It's
yeah,
in my mouth.
exactly. All right, you guys. Well, that was our season 5 wrap up. We hope you guys enjoyed and everything. We hope you guys enjoyed season 5 and everything. We love bringing season 5 to you. Thank you for listening. And if you guys want to stay updated with us, follow us on Twitter or X now at BS Drunk Pod. We'll be gone for just a month, and then we'll be back in February to start season 6. But we'll be gone for that month just so we can prepare for you guys. We have a lot of movies to watch. But if you do listen to us on Apple Podcast and Spotify or wherever you get your podcast needs, please give us a 5-star review and a good review and everything, you guys. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out tremendously. You have no idea how much it helps us out. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And most importantly, you guys, don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.